The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So still 14 yards to go. Second down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they have to try and move past that pick six because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. This one complete to Coleman. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
No gain.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Pass rusher extraordinaire. D Ford that time getting the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
On third and long, it's Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line.
At their own
the field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll run on first down with Singletary. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
3rd and 6.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Allen. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. looking out of the shotgun. Here's Allen, and he's able to find Diggs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. And now he'll tuck it and run. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to stop him here short of the goal line with the flag down. Well, this could set up a very interesting decision. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
12-yard line.
Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Here's Zach Moss, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year a season ago. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown puts them up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you want to kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumping all the way from the outside, maybe getting a little early start in the corner blitz.
And the only time it makes sense to get that penalty is exactly as you described. Otherwise, he should never get that penalty.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. So Allen's going to look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got. Do you think they thought